Winter Olympics today are a massive world-class event with futuristic arenas, elite athletes, huge audiences, and billions in investment. But it wasn't always like this. The Winter Games started as a small, almost experimental event held mostly in ski resorts. In today's episode, we'll explore how the Winter Olympics evolved over time and what they mean today. Before we continue, please subscribe for more in-depth episodes on sports culture. The first Winter Olympics took place in 1924 in Chamonix, France. Interestingly, it wasn't even planned as the Winter Olympics at the time. That name came later. The event was essentially France's idea. They were already hosting the 1924 Summer Olympics in Paris and thought, why not hold a winter sports competition too, in one of their famous resorts, Chamonix? But before we talk strictly about the Winter Olympics, it's important to know there was already a similar competition in Sweden called the Nordic Games. Despite the name, it wasn't limited to Scandinavian countries. Athletes from other nations competed as well. The Nordic Games started in 1901 and ran intermittently through 1926. It proved that winter sports could sustain their own events, that people were interested, and that athletes were competitive. In 1926, the Nordic Games ended, and the International Olympic Committee voted in Lisbon to retroactively designate the 1924 Chamonix event as the first official Winter Olympics. The Chamonix Games were a success with 16 countries and 300 athletes participating. The next edition took place in 1928 in St. Moritz, Switzerland, and up until around 1960, the Games were mostly held in mountain resorts, with Oslo 1952 as an exception. Gradually, larger cities realized the Winter Olympics were a chance to gain international visibility, attract tourists, and improve their infrastructure. Numerous examples illustrate this trend, including Innsbruck, which hosted the Games in 1964 and again in 1976, Sarajevo in 1984, or Sochi in 2014. Winter sports actually appeared in the Summer Olympics early on: figure skating in 1908 and 1920, ice hockey in 1920. But with the creation of the Winter Olympics in 1924, these sports were channeled into their own dedicated competition alongside skiing, bobsleigh, curling, speed skating, and ski jumping. The Olympic Games grew as the International Olympic Committee recognized the necessity of attracting youth and incorporating popular sports. Biathlon was added in 1960 at Squaw Valley, luge in 1964 at Innsbruck, freestyle skiing in 1988 at Calgary, and snowboarding in 1998 at Nagano. Newer, faster, and riskier events like halfpipe and big air made the Games exciting for younger audiences, turning the Olympics into a spectacle that could compete with other entertainment. Television also played a huge role. From the mid-20th century, the Games entered people's living rooms. Winter sports are extremely telegenic, with the speed of skiers, breathtaking jumps, or artistic skating, and the TV camera transformed winter sports into pure drama. Think of the unforgettable moments that are now part of Olympic legend. The incredible ice hockey game at the 1980 Winter Olympics in Lake Placid, where the American team defeated the heavily favored Soviet Union. Or the perfect artistic skating performance by Jane Torville and Christopher Dean at the 1984 Winter Olympics in Sarajevo. Then there's Eddie the Eagle Edwards at the 1988 Calgary Games, the underdog ski jumper whose determination captured hearts and inspired a Hollywood movie. And who could forget Hermann Maier at the 1998 Nagano Olympics, who crashed during competition only to return and claim victory. These moments show that the Games are more than competition. They are memory, emotion, and visual storytelling. Athletes themselves changed with the Games, and today we talk about super professionals, not amateurs. Teams include coaches, psychologists, nutritionists, and tech specialists. Every fraction of a second counts. Rivalries, records, and personal stories make the Olympics feel like a global series, episode after episode. But a mega event isn't just about sports and audiences. It's also about power, money, and prestige. Since the 1980s, many countries have used the Winter Olympics as a tool for international recognition. Yugoslavia, Japan, Russia, South Korea, and China invested massively in infrastructure, technology, and security, boosting their global image and sports diplomacy. Social media now plays a huge role, something unthinkable 20 years ago. Today, the Winter Olympics start long before the opening ceremony and continue well after the closing. Ultimately, the Winter Olympics became a true mega event by adapting to the dynamics of the modern world, and they have integrated sport with spectacle. What initially started as a small niche mountain resort event has grown into a global stage where every jump, every race, and every story carries enormous stakes, both on and off the field. If you enjoyed this episode, hit like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments which winter sport you follow and your favorite Winter Olympics moment.